Well, good morning, everyone. We got this buzz of energy in the room this morning. I might have to say that more than one time. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. There it is. Yay! Whether you are joining us here in the sanctuary or you are part of our online community, please allow me to say, welcome home. We're so glad that you are all here on this beautiful fall morning. If you're not here in Eureka, we have like this beautiful sunny day right now. It's like the perfect set into fall. If all of fall was like this, I'd be completely on board. And here in Eureka CSL, we like to start our service in two very important ways. And first is to acknowledge the native lands that we are on. The Eureka Center for Spiritual Living acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the ancestral territory of the Wiyot peoples. This territory extends to the communities throughout most of Humboldt County, and we honor the Wiyot people today. Next, we want to do our welcome home and opening affirmation. And so if you can put that, oh, perfect. Armin's ahead of me today. We're going to say this affirmation together, and then we'll turn to someone who is near us to say that bottom line of honoring the path that brought us here this morning. So let us begin together. We are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. I honor the path that brought you here today. 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 Yay. All right. Next up on the screen, you will see our weekly schedule. This is everything that is going on this week. You'll find details as well as registration links up on our website, and also keep an eye on those socials. Some highlights: we're going to have a Crafternoon on Friday, October 20th. This will be from 1 to 4 p.m. So bring whatever you're working on. We're just going to get together, have some fun, be in community, and create together. We also have a very special event going on October 21st from 5 to 9 p.m. Edward and Amy will be hosting the Intention Fest. And Edward, did you want to say a few words about that?
I don't think it can say just a few words.
I tried.
Boy, you guys know me well, don't you?
Well, you gotta make it rhyme.
Okay, roses are red. Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, real quickly, I just made a few points. What this celebration is, okay, it's for people who have people that they know or themselves or even the world itself. We're sending out spiritual group energy for physical, spiritual, emotional, psychological healing. And we're doing this, not just through like treatment or what have you, but we're doing it through celebration and joy. I believe that is something that when we send that energy forth is very powerful. We're celebrating both their human journey, and we're celebrating our own, because for those that are gone from earth right now, who we will also be reaching out to, they're gone, but life continues. So they're not really gone, only the physical trappings. There's going to be food. There's going to be some vegetarian-friendly cuisine. If you want to, you can bring desserts or fruit, but it's not mandatory because we're going to have a lot of food. So you can come off of work or just come in and eat. And let's see, we're going to have games, we're going to have prizes, we're going to have music. Family and friends are welcome. So it's not just for our community, but we can bring people in with us. And That's Saturday, October 21st from 5 to 9. I have a sign-up sheet that is there. And what it says on there says, join us in sending positive energy, love to all of those who need the physical, spiritual, emotional, and or psychological healing. Come bring friends and family, all are welcome. We'll have games, music, and fun. Some vegetarian cuisine will be present. So anyway, please come out and enjoy.
That sounds like a fantastic event. I can't wait to hear more about it. Also coming up, I am speaking on the 29th, and my title is Cultivating Your Inner Spiritual Rebel. So I'm not going to tell you more about that. You're going to have to come to find out what little twists I've put into that. We also know that Marvin is going to be on vacation. That'll be on November 12th. So if you are someone who would be interested in helping to make sure that our online community is fully supported that day, please talk to Marvin after service so he can explain how the setup goes and give you a role in helping the video portion of our Sunday celebration. Also, our bookstore, all books that are 20% off this month are the ones that are by Ernest Holmes. So take a look at that. I know we talked a little bit about how there are a lot of books other than the textbook that are easier to read, I think is how I would say that. They're just easier to read. And so there's some really great things that are out there. If you haven't taken a look at that yet, our founder, Ernest Holmes, really wrote a plethora of books, and we have many of them in our bookstore. We also want to mention the little pantry. It was looking a little cupboard bare this morning when I walked in. So please remember the little pantry when you are doing your grocery shopping this week. This is one way that we work to support our community and is so appreciated by everyone here and the community. So keep that in mind. Specific mentions are pop-top cans, baby foods, and shelf-stable milks and juices. Next up, we have Lori with our Going Green moment. Yeah, it's always fun.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, good morning, Godlings.
Good morning.
So today's title is Semi-Green Hygiene. Okay, so those pictures are all really small. It's really hard to see. The thing about dental hygiene is everything's really tiny. So let me just get some of these cool things out here. So I'll make it simple from the beginning, and I'll talk about things that aren't dental. But first of all, this is a little shampoo bar. So how many plastic containers of shampoo have you used in your lifetime? Right? I like that. Vicky's out there going, many. So I have this as a sample for anybody. A few years ago, I gave these to people for Christmas presents. I don't know that they really appreciated it, but I have one left in case anybody wants it. So many things in here. This is available at Target. It's called Native Antiperspirant, and it comes in a completely cardboard container. It came apart, so I'm going to put it back together. But anyway, it's Native brand. This is cucumber mint, and I love the fragrance. I'm not giving that one away. It's never been used. That one hasn't been used, so no, my pits don't smell like that. Okay, so one thing that's been on my mind lately is, I don't know if you can see this. These are on the ground like cigarette butts. Okay, so this is one of the last things for me to switch over because they're just so convenient. Who wants to use floss? Because you got to wrap it around your finger and it gets gooey and tough. You got to change, okay? So I'm going to show you some green floss. So let's stop using these because look at all the plastic on there. How many of you just use the floss and not the whole pick part? See, I see hands, okay? So we really got to make some changes. So what we got here is Dr. Tongue's, and it's not spelled tongue, it's spelled Tungs. So Dr. Tongue's Smart Floss, and the picture, oh, it was up there. But it's all paper, except I discovered when I opened it, there's a little plastic container inside with the floss in it. But it is less packaging, and the floss itself is made out of cellulose, so it will biodegrade. So it's little, and I got it on Amazon. I haven't seen it locally yet. So, and then the other half of the pick that we're removing is toothpicks. You can get bamboo toothpicks now at Eureka Natural. So this is what it looks like. I highly recommend it because bamboo is going to be less trees. Now, been using these for a few years. I know a few of you got these for Christmas one year. They come two a box, and it's bamboo toothbrushes. Because they are biodegradable, bamboo, and I'm gonna leave these out in case somebody wants to sample them. They have not been used. They are fresh. Well, yeah, take it and use it, But I used to put my toothbrush in the drawer, and because they are biodegradable, they get moldy. Thank you, mold. Yeah. So basically, I have to leave it on the counter in a little toothbrush holder. But so what?
Even that can get moldy. I just threw two
Oh,
away.
I put my holders in the dishwasher every week. Just saying.
No, I meant even the toothbrush can get moldy in the holder.
Oh, mine doesn't. Oh, yeah, you're kind of in the shade. Okay, so these, she's surrounded by redwood trees, darn. Okay, so these are called chew tabs, and you start with the bottle, and then you go back. They have them at Eureka Natural. I think they probably have them at other natural food stores. But they come, after you get the bottle, you get them in a little paper baggie. The only thing I haven't noticed is they don't have sensitive teeth. So I still buy sensitive toothpaste. So if they ever get sensitive, I'll be able to. These are chew tabs. Oh, sorry. It's like toothpaste, but it's a little tablet. And they taste like buttermints. See how tiny? Okay, that's it. They taste like buttermints. And, I really enjoy using them. So you're saving on all those.
Chew it in your mouth phones or something? Is that how it works?
You chew it and then you start brushing.
You show us?
Who said that? Was that you, Shelley? So the reason I called this a semi-green is because I still have to use interdental picks and proxa brushes that are all plastic. So if anybody finds any of these that are not made of plastic, let me know, and I'll be glad to share that with the group. Now, Karen introduced me to this baby. So this would be semi-green too, because it is made out of plastic. And I told my dentist, it's a water pick, I told my dentist that I was using this, and he's like, that's nice, but you can't stop using those other picks. So if you choose to get one of these, he suggests that you put a couple drops of bleach in the water, and I recommend that you dump the water out every time you use it so it doesn't just sit in there. But anyway, this has really been fun. So I switch off every day. I'll do the picks one day and this one day. So yes, you and your picks.
It's good for travel.
Huh?
It's good for travel, because you don't want to take your whole big water pick.
Oh, I don't travel with it. I just use my regular little picks with it. So these are going to be set out on the table. None of them have been used yet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. We love all of the unique things you introduce us to in Going Green. This month, as you know, our theme is Spiritual Rebels, and we're ready to do our chant. Donna, are you leading our chant today, I think?
Remember, it's really all about the shoes. Thank you, Reverend Sidney.
And they're not plastic.
That's true. Thank you. On the screen, Marvin, please. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are inside and all around me.
Beautiful. And our contemplative meditation this morning will be by Les, Craig, and Jackson. Not a hand.
The term quantum leap has become part of mainstream vocabulary in recent years, yet is rarely defined. The word quantum literally means whole. When something makes a quantum leap, it jumps, whole and complete, from one reality to another. There is no sign of a pathway or how it got from one reality or position to another, nor is there a time lag. It just simultaneously disappears from one place and reappears in another. As humans, we are capable of making quantum leaps from one belief to another, one thought to another, one behavior to another, or from one possibility to another. We are capable of instantaneous transformation if we choose it. We don't have to travel a long, circuitous route of change, consideration, and struggle. We can choose to make shifts instantaneously. Quantum shifts can occur within teams, organizations, individuals, families, and our bodies. They are limited only by our lack of belief. And even then, we are sometimes caught off guard by a quantum leap that we would never have thought possible. what I'd forgotten to say is that this came from Create a World That Works by Alan Seal. And I keep finding this book transformational. Now, as we go forwards, remember that mind and the creative medium on which mind works comes first. Manifestation is a result. All of you have access to this. All of you can do this. And you are all connected. And you are connected with everyone you meet and with the larger world, connected out into the universe. So I gratefully remember that by going forth and thinking, going forth and being, we can make anything possible. Potential exists. And for this I give thanks, and so it is.
God is love, God is peace, God is life itself, and God is all that I
And now I welcome Reverend Angelica.
Thank you, Les and Jackson. So I missed y'all last Sunday. However, I was having a great time. I was participating in the Northwest New Thought Conference, which is held every year up at the Eugene Church, Eugene, Oregon. And the theme of that conference was, there is no others. There is only us. And it was a really interesting conversation. I mean, I learned about how we tend to think we're special. I learned about how easy it is to blame others for whatever. I learned a lot of things. You know, this month, as Karen said, we are working on spiritual rebels, and the week before last, I used Desmond Tutu, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, as a spiritual rebel. Today I want to use someone who is still out there working. Her name is Nadia Bolz-Weber. Has anybody heard of her? She happens to be an American author. She's a Lutheran minister and a public theologian. She created and served at a center or church called the House for All Sinners and Saints. And this congregation was part of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Denver, Colorado until July of 2018. I mean, the center is still going on, the church is still going on. She's no longer the pastor of it, but she started this center. And when I first read about her quite a while ago, the fact that she did it under the auspices of the Evangelical Lutheran Church made me really wonder about how she managed to do this. The first word being evangelical, right? Yeah. So one of the things that she's known for is her really unusual approach to reaching others through her church. She's produced work in the church that a religious scholar, Diana Butler Bass, considers part of a new reformation. She walks into a room and she immediately commands attention. She's 6'1". She has short salt and pepper hair slicked back from her face. She wears dark pink lipstick, and her bare arms are well toned from many hours of lifting weights in the gym. They're also tattooed. Now, the tattoos, however, they're marking the liturgical year and the story of the gospel. She's also written a few books, one of them called Shameless, A Sexual Reformation, and Pastrix, The Cranky, Beautiful Faith of a Sinner and a Saint. And that book is a prayer and profanity-filled memoir of her journey from an alcoholic stand-up comic to a Lutheran pastor. Now, if you want to see any of some of her talks and everything, you can, of course, go to YouTube and put in Nadia Bolz-Weber, and I will put this in the Monday newsletter so that you know. So one of the things, though, that really brought her to mind as a spiritual rebel is, one, that she took homeless, she took up people that the evangelical churches usually frown on. Maybe they might have food services or whatever for them, but they don't really want them to be in the church. I mean, it doesn't look good, right? So she said, screw that, you know. In fact, her whole thing is, where was it that I have there? She says, I'll get there. Anyway, so she, as she did this, of course, her church, the overarching synod, or whatever you'd call it in the Lutheran Church, was really unsure about how this was going to work out. They weren't really appreciative of what she was doing. But there was one bishop in that church that has been her supporter ever since she started. And so when she decided to move out of the church to do her work on a larger arena, he gave her a new title. She is the pastor of public witness, which allows her to do her work and just the way she had been doing it. She says, well, one of the things that I wanted to mention first, though, is that this is not a new title, or the having these churches give titles like this isn't new, because the Presbyterian Church ordained Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as being someone who was doing greater work out in the community. So Nadia often refers to her style of leadership as, screw it, I'll go first. She shares her struggles so others feel comfortable admitting their own. She said, almost everything I say is just a translation of basic Lutheran theology, and they're the ones who gave me that language in the first place. The whole, in order for her to get this title of pastor of public witness and be able to do her work out in the world, the whole synod of bishops had to vote for her, which took a while, needless to say. Her bishop said, and her bishop's name is Jim Gagne, he said, we've never had a calling like this one before, where we're acknowledging that Nadia has a ministry that goes far beyond the walls of any one church. The interesting thing about Fred Rogers being ordained by the, which one was it? Yeah, the Presbyterian Church, is that this was mentioned during her ordination or her installation as this new position that she has, and she laughed at it when it was mentioned because she was related, he related it to her, her bishop. She said, Bolz-Weber laughed at the comparison to the beloved children's TV host, calling it counterintuitive, but she said it works. And the reason why she said that, because the day after she resigned from the House of Sinners and Saints, she went to the movies. And you'll never guess what she saw. Won't you be my neighbor? And she said the film brought tears to her eyes, and it made her believe that it was possible for her to do the new ministry that she had upended her whole life to do. In addition to her books and her public ministry, she also does a podcast called The Confessional, in which people confess their worst moments, and she offers a personalized blessing in return. I thought, wow. You know, when I was a pseudo-Catholic, you know, I wasn't baptized a Catholic, but I went to Catholic school for a long time. I lived at a Catholic girls' school. I always wished that, you know, I could do the confession thing, because then you can get it off your chest, right? You know, there's sometimes we hold on to things for so long, and they tend to eat away at us and perhaps even make us ill. So I thought, wow, here she is with a podcast where people call in anonymously and give their story, and then she offers a blessing, and they can get off the phone feeling much better about themselves. That's pretty neat. She also has an email newsletter called The Corners, and she's leading an experimental gathering of spiritual misfits online in a thing that she calls the chapel. So here's someone that follows my definition of a spiritual rebel. And if you want me to remind you of what that is, a spiritual rebel is someone who stands up for what they believe in, regardless of the norm or how they might be treated for it. They have the courage to live what they believe. They impact change in the world, and they find a way to make their work serve a higher purpose. So what higher purpose would Nadia Bolz-Weber be serving? Or, for me, it was grace and compassion. Something that's missing in a lot of areas in our life. Grace and compassion. Do you know that there's a little story that I read somewhere about a minister who arrives at his church early one morning, and he changes his clothes so that he looks homeless. You know, he's got a ripped t-shirt on, and you've probably heard this story too. And he goes outside, and he's like hanging out there while all these well-dressed people are coming into church for the service. And then just about when the church is going to start, when the service is going to start, he comes walking down the aisle, and one of the board members gets up and, tells him, oh, no, you can't be here, and tries to escort him out. And this little situation goes on for a few minutes, and then he removes his costume and shows who he really is. And of course, I'm sure everybody in the congregation would have felt really embarrassed, because they did not act with grace and compassion. So here's a woman who's gone out to the streets and found people that were having deep struggles in their lives and invited them in to a community. First, the house of sinners and saints, and then into her community that she's created now, online mostly. Which then just made me think of something. A lot of homeless people don't go online, I would think. Unless they go to Starbucks or something where there's the library. Oh, right, yes, I know it. Yeah, now. So this whole idea of grace and compassion made me think about what's happening in the world today. I had an experience many years ago, right after 9/11, where I went to Hawaii. I had planned to go back to Hawaii, and visit everybody at the church I started. And so I'm there, and everybody is in shock because of the bombing that we experienced on 9/11. And what I said to them was, and I don't even remember saying this, but I was told by one of my people there that had moved, she's moved down south a little bit, and we were contacting each other on Facebook, and she says, the thing I remember about you most is that the Sunday after 9/11, you said, what did we do to hurt them so badly? How can we make it right? And I thought, wow, I said that? And why don't we say that now? Instead of jumping in and trying to help one side or the other. When I look at what's happening in the world today, what I know is that these are human beings having, lives just like we are, suffering like we are, laughing like we are, experiencing life. And yes, what Hamas did was awful. It was horrific. It was something that nobody can condone. But it's a small group of people. And when I've been watching on Facebook and hearing people talk, they're like, well, these people should just bomb the hell out of the others. And these people should, there's all this commentary going on about retaliation. And what I put in my Friday message, those of you who get my Friday message, is let's move into the place of collaboration instead of conflict. And I want you to think about this in your own life. Where are you in conflict? All of us must have some. But can we move into a place of collaboration instead of conflict? I was thinking about that this morning when I read something on the Next Door Neighbor website that says there's somebody who has a white dog. I don't remember what area it's in, but I did read that it was a white dog and it barked 24 hours a day. Barked all day and all night. And this person is upset about it, and who could they talk to about it, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought, well, you go talk to the neighbor. What? why would you want to go to the Humane Society or the police or something when the first thing you should do is walk over to the owner's house and say, I'm having a really hard time sleeping. Or the dog is incessantly barking. Is there something wrong? That's why a dog usually barks, because something's wrong. So collaboration instead of conflict. I know that, and I wrote that to that person the last time they complained about it. I think people are afraid of approaching the person that you're having a problem with. We hear so much about people getting shot just opening the door, or people getting stabbed or whatever. But in truth, when you think about how many people there are just in our county, much less California or the United States, the percentage that you hear about is very small. And yes, it should not be happening, but it is. But it's not happening as much as the media is trying to make you think it is. I have a little sign that says, caution. The media is not, shoot, it went right out of my head. Not a reflection of reality. The media is not a reflection of reality. We can live in fear, or we can live in love. Love is where we believe in collaboration. Fear is where we believe in conflict. So my invitation to all of us this week is to really look at where are we living in conflict? And how could we easily move into collaboration? And maybe it won't be easy at first, because we've been trained to think in terms of fear and conflict. To me, this is what the Science of Mind is all about. It's about learning how to live from love, learning how to let go of all the things that happened in our past and the things that we're afraid of that will happen in our future, and be present in this moment. Be present in the presence of the divine. And remember, God or the divine or first cause or whatever you want to call it is not an entity out there, but though it is out there, it's everywhere. There is absolutely no spot where it is not. It's within us. It's the life force within us. And this life force, I know, is saying yes to absolutely everything we think and feel. So it's our responsibility. If we want to create a world that works for everyone, or we want to live in peace, it's our responsibility to be the truth of this energy, this divine energy, which is the energy of love, and to let go and let God do its magnificent work in, through, and as each of us. So let's see our affirmation for today. I claim my birthright and stand in my truth. I know that I know that I know that sweet spirit is working through me right here and right now. And we thank Karen for writing the affirmations this month. So we're going to do a spiritual mind treatment. For those of you that are new, I see a whole line of people I haven't met yet. So thank you very much for being here this morning. Spiritual mind treatment is the form of prayer that Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, created years and years ago. And it basically has a few steps to it. One, we recognize that all there is God, or the divine, or whatever you want to call it. Second, we recognize that since God is all there is, then we're part of that as well. The third step is the part where we speak our word for what we want. The fourth is thanksgiving, and the fifth is release. Sometimes I put them in a different order when I'm doing it, though, because I just do it. So are we ready? Take a breath. Gratefully, I acknowledge that there is only one power, one energy, a divine energy that is the source and substance of absolutely everything. And as I recognize this, I know that since it is the source and substance of everything, it is the source and substance of who I am, who we are as well. And so I speak this word in the first person, making it easier for you to embody. And I declare right now that I am ready and willing to live a life of collaboration instead of conflict. I let myself open my heart more than I've ever done before and realize that the truth is there are no others out there. There is only the one power, the one presence, the one divine life. I see that with my thoughts and with my feelings, I am creating this world. I'm creating my experience of this world. And so I choose to create it joyfully, gracefully, willingly. Joyfully, because I recognize that everything, plant, animal, mineral, whatever, animate, inanimate, it's all divine substance. Gracefully, because I can see myself walking through this world in collaboration with everything in my life. For instance, if I'm gardening, I no longer say, I hate you, dandelions. I open my heart and I recognize that they too are a representation, an emanation of this divine energy. I so desire to live a life that is one that is peaceful, graceful. To me, graceful means filled with the Spirit. A recognition. The truth is I'm already filled with the Spirit, but this is a conscious recognition of that. And recognizing that everybody I interact with is filled with Spirit as well. So I celebrate. And I am so grateful to be able to live this life in this way. Remembering that everything is divine. Everything. There are no others. There's only us. So with a grateful heart, I release these words into divine law, knowing that they are already so, knowing that the universe says yes. Maybe it's even, yes, my darling. And I let go. And I walk in the present moment. And it is good. It is God. And so it is. Anna is our music this morning, so let's give her a hand.
it. All right. There it is. So, Les, you have my only copy of the words that I left for everybody, but today we're going to sing a song by somebody I think you all know, John Denver. Al heard of John Denver. And it's fall, and the leaves on Booner are just looking beautiful, and didn't you notice those beautiful maples are turning color? And it's a pretty sentimental time, and it's time for a lot of, an attitude of gratitude. And so what would make me really grateful today is if everybody sang along with me. And since we're talking about spiritual rebels, hello? I want to hear some vocal rebels. I don't care if you sing good, you sing bad. If you went to choir and they all touch it to blend in, screw blending. If you sing like this, let it happen, baby. If you want to sing the harmony but you're not sure you can hit the note, let it happen. But please, don't just go, oh, I have this bubble over here and it won't let me talk or sing. Because I've had that, man. I've been afraid. I couldn't open my mouth. I'd open my mouth and this whole bubble would happen of fear. So, break out of their fear. I got 4 for nothing. All right, get your hick on. There's a storm across the valley. Clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4 lane. Pretty nice, kids. A mile or more away. It's kind of low, isn't it? Just right for Donna, and the wheels just make it colder. One more verse. He's an hour away from riding on your prayers up in the sky. And 10 days on the road are barely gone. Yeah. sweetest thing I know of is spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home, like a fire softly burning, supper on the stove. Thanks for cooking, Amy. And the light in your eyes that makes him warm. Here we go. Come on. And it's good to be back home again. Yes, it is. Sometimes this old barn seems like a long lost friend. And hey, it's good to be back home again. All right, you slackers, this is the last time. One more time. And hey, it's good to be back home again. Yes, it is. Sometimes that's pretty good. And hey, it's good to be back home again. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Oh, and thank you, Anna and the center band. I'm short, but I'm not that short. I gotta lift this back up. All right, there we go. Right? Yeah. All right, so now we are at the time of sharing our gifts and offering. And what we know is that as we share our gifts, whether that is an affirmation that you hold to your heart or a monetary donation today, that each gift is love in action. And so I just invite us to say this affirmation together. I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses the sinner, all in it and beyond, and so it is. speak a word of blessing over every gift and every giver, knowing that this is love in action right here, right now, and that this love goes out both to support this center and this beautiful community in which we live, and then spreads out even further so that love finds every corner of the world that is in need. And for this, we are so grateful. And so we just say thanks. And so it is. All right. And we also want to just say a special thank you to Amy for the beautiful decorations for all of our fallness that we have here. And in in a few moments, I'm going to invite somebody up to say the community statement of inclusion. So feel into if that is yours to do this day. And before we do that, we would like to open up space for a few demonstrations. Does anybody have a demonstration of good filling their life that they would like to share with us today? Come on up. Come on up. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, keep that going. No. Thank you, guys. Thank you, God. My demonstration. What am I demonstrating?
You tell us. It's whatever the good was that was in your life.
I'm on the bus.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, I'm with the band, and God is within, and you all rock. Keep on doing your thing. I appreciate you, and I'm thankful for this center. This place has grown me into this shabby dude over here, which I will do better and get better with it continuing as it goes. With all time permitting, I love you guys. That's pretty much my demonstration. I love everyone here, so keep on loving. Booyah.
I have a demonstration. So we had a practitioner meeting on Friday, and Edward said that they had gotten a brand new TV, and he had an extra one, and did anybody need it? We all said, no, don't need it. That night I turned on my TV. There was a big purple line down the center of it, or a little off center of it. I'm thinking, turn it off, turn it back on, turn it off, still that line. And then I tried to watch a show on Apple TV, and the sound did not match the voice, the people. And then it got all garbled, and it was weird. And the next day I texted Edward and said, do you still have that TV? But the demonstration is the universe knew what I needed before I even knew, before I knew. That happens to all of us. We're just not quite aware of it. So let's start becoming more aware of that. Things are happening before we even realize that we need it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was also at the Pacific Northwest New Thought Conference. It's a lot of words. And it was about no othering, which is so perfect for what's been going on in Gaza. And as a therapist, my whole week was people telling me about their reactions to what was going on. And some of us have been around a while, and this has been happening over and over and over again. And at the end of the conference, Reverend Elijah from Santa Cruz, he just made things so poignant for me there that it made my week so much better. I heard what I needed to hear before I went to work, and had all my clients talking about the atrocities. And I just want to share with you a couple things that he said that really made a difference. If you hurt, I hurt, because we are all one. Okay? If you're hungry, I'm hungry. We cannot make any separation. And I'll leave you with the word us, and he defined it as the universal self. So I got godmom's just talking about it. But I just want to leave us all with that idea. There is no separation. There's no us, there's no them. Nowhere. It's just us, the universal self.
beautiful. I love that. And if you would like more demonstrations in your own life, please take advantage of the practitioners after service. We are all here to pray with you and know the truth for and about you this day. All right. Who is feeling called to read the community statement of inclusion today? All right. Come on up.
Hello, good morning. I'm doing this because I'm stepping out because I have been taking a class and it's about setting your intention every day, and I'm actually getting into it. And my intention today was to feel that connection and express it vibrantly. So here I am. And so it is. We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, champions inner work, and creates a space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God, it, that each person embodies and advocates with people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all life, and remains learners and listeners so that we may grow together, and understands the oneness, that oneness is not sameness. So together, we know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well.
All right, and then I'll invite each of you to stand if you feel called as we sing our community closing song led by Donna. And we're singing We Are One.
It is clear to see how each day may be full of friends for me to learn from. I am one, I am beautiful, I am one, I am joy, I am one with the universe, I am love. And the world may be a discovery full of great majesty to learn from. You are one, you are beautiful, you are one, you are joy, you are one with the universe, you are love. And the universe, such a fantasy, full of mystery to learn from. We are one, we are beautiful, we are one, we are joy, we are one with the universe, we are love.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
I have a gig this Thursday in Eureka at the Redwood Curtain Brewery in Myrtletown, 6 to 9.